So. Ich versuche jetzt mal einen Lebensmittelladen aufzutreiben. Ich brauche ein bisschen Cheddar-Käse reinkloppen.
Oh, den könnte ich jetzt auch gebrauchen. Ich liebe Cheddar.
Der riecht aber nicht so gut, glaube ich.
Nee, der riecht ganz gut eigentlich.
Ich weiß es gar nicht. Ich wechsle manchmal.
Ja, also richtigen Cheddar-Käse kennst du sowieso nicht. Den gibt es nämlich nur in den USA. Hier gibt es ja nur den irischen Cheddar. Der ist zwar auch ganz gut, aber der amerikanische, ne? Da gibt es ja auch so extra scharfen. So, der noch so ein bisschen so scharf ist. So. Oh, der riecht komischerweise wie Thunfisch. Frag mich nicht, warum das so ist, aber also finde ich zumindest, dass der so riecht. Der schmeckt so geil. Das habe ich mir in den USA, in New York habe ich den damals entdeckt vor 2 Jahren. Ne? Und, da gibt es auch so richtig geile Bagels, die du kaufen kannst, so mit Zwiebeln und Knoblauch oder Koriander, irgendwie sowas, ne? So Belag. Oh. Dann noch richtig schön fett Cheddar drauf, geil. Kann ich mich tot fressen dran. Jetzt habe ich Hunger. Scheiße.
Wo könnte man denn hier so Sachen kaufen? Das ist ein Waffenladen.
Ja.
Das ist ein Haus.
Da bestimmt nicht. Das ist eine Bar. Mit dem Namen vom Entwickler, 1265.
Ich weiß nicht, was es hier alles zu kaufen gibt. Vielleicht ist das auch von dem.
Vielleicht kann man auch Pornos kaufen.
Ja. Mit Milchbahn, also Euter. Ja, passt ja. So, dann machen wir mal einfach die. So, dann einfach die Aufgabe erstmal, also die.
Ja, oder? Würde ich sagen.
Vielleicht regnet es dann ja gleich nicht mehr, dann können wir da mal reinnehmen. Wo ist das denn?
Ja, das Missionsziel, das kriegst du angezeigt.
Ach, da ist das immer hier.
Da musst du immer dann nach dem...
Ah, okay.
Oder kannst du.
Ah ja, sehe jetzt schon.
Erkundungstour vorbei.
Ja, erstmal fürs Erste.
Denk dran, du musst noch was essen, ne?
Ja, aber wo?
Ja, du hast doch was im Inventar.
So, ja. Moment.
Schlafen musst du auch. Obwohl, schlafen geht noch. Kannst du ja noch einen Kaffee reinziehen.
So viel.
Einmal Schleim-Sandwich. Sie haben viel gegessen, ja. Sie haben Bauchschmerzen. Aber füllt schon ganz gut. Ich denke, das reicht, oder? Also ein Essen.
Ja. Ja, du
Alter,
Penner,
was zur Hölle?
Pass auf, ey. Komm hier hinterher.
Ich bin Polizeimann.
Was ist denn los mit dir, du Karre?
Boom. Der Sprit ist schon wieder so niedrig.
Egal, nimm ein neues Auto.
Wenn sie dir jetzt anbieten.
Ich glaube, man kann sogar so Leute, wenn man stehen bleibt, kann man auch jemanden anrufen, der dann kommt und irgendwas macht, oder?
Keine Ahnung.
Also entweder Benzin nachfüllt oder so.
Frag mich nach Express-Taxi.
ADAC vielleicht.
Ja. Ich glaube, sie haben so hier sowas.
Abkürzung!
Oh mein Gott. Ja, was mir gegen Baum, alles klar. Oh mein Gott. Ja, kommst natürlich nicht wieder rein.
Doch. Ich springe jetzt auf das Auto und dann da drüber.
Ja, genau. Wenn es Assassin's Creed wäre, dann ja. Ja, das war wohl nix. Denk dran, einfach reinfahren, ne? Nicht aussteigen vorher. Aber das ist eh noch zu früh, glaube ich.
Ach, das darf man auch nicht zu früh dahin, oder was?
Ich glaube nicht, oder? Ja.
Zach, Emily arranged for people to come between 1500 and 1700.
We can't do anything here right now. Let's come back at the
Raucht
right
dir da
time.
eine.
Ja. Na, regnet es.
Alter. LSD-Trip.
Jetzt gibt es ja hier Mal zu sehen. Aber ich denke nicht. Rauchen.
Ich liebe diese unnötig raucherfreundlichen Spiele oder Filme oder was auch immer.
So.
Ich weiß noch ganz genau, so bei Resident Evil, bei den Filmen. Ja, ich weiß. Du magst ja nicht, aber das ist auch so. Dann im ersten Teil so, dritter Teil, vierter Teil, fünfter Teil, siehst du nichts irgendwie von Zigaretten oder sowas. Und im zweiten sind die plötzlich andauernd alle am Rauchen. Das ist so bescheuert. Da habe ich nur noch auf die jeweilige Schleichwerbung gewartet.
Ja, Nemesis dann so eine Zigarre im Maul.
Ja, das wäre lustig. Eine Sonnenbrille am besten noch an.
Ja, ach, guck mal, hier gerade alles umsonst gefressen und gesoffen.
Ja. Ja, sonst wär's ja jetzt verhungert.
Ja,
Wärst du tot.
wird nicht gegessen.
Erst die Arbeit, dann das Vergnügen.
Genau.
Greenvale Community Center. Now that's an impressive building. Clock Tower is impressive too.
Cocktail.
Ja.
Wieder am Sticken bist, ey.
Ah ja. Ich habe die Gegner so Angst vor mir. Oder sie nehmen mich als einen von ihren wahr.
Weil du ziehst sie an, ja. Achso, du meinst so wie bei Walking Dead.
Dann raten die mich da gleich, ey. So geil rieche.
Ist doch in einer Folge in der ersten Staffel, wo die sich dann einreiben. Was war das denn gerade? Wo die sich dann einreiben, so mit den Zombie- oder mit den Leichenteilen und so. Damit die Zombies die nicht entdecken.
Das ist bestimmt lecker.
Zach, I haven't been on stage like this since elementary school. It's some creative wind this time either. And that was a tough role. That was a piece of scenery. Bright red tree.
Thank you all for coming today.
Coming.
Getting right down to business. Agent Morgan from the Federal Bureau of Investigations wishes to speak with you.
Tag auch.
I'm Special Agent Francis.
Das ist meine Marke.
Some of you are already aware by now of the tragic murder of Anna Graham. Truly a heinous, terrible crime. I've come to this town to solve the murder of this young, beautiful girl. And to bring the one responsible to justice.
Diese Fliegen, ey.
Was hat eigentlich für einen Namen in der Gesicht? Achso, der hat da überall einen Namen.
Fortunately, incidents like these have a tendency to happen again. I asked to have you gathered here so I can share some advice in order to minimize the risk of further fatal incidents. Firstly, please stay away from any dark, dangerous, isolated places. Those of you with children, especially your Anna's age, please. Secondly, avoid going out when it is raining. Now I heard the folklore story.
Hast du nicht nur von gehört?
Ja.
There is a chance that the murderer is mimicking the story. Women should also be especially careful. I would hate to see more victims.
Mach die Tür zu, ey.
Wie die roten Schuhe zu der grünen Hose passen.
Ja.
McLean.
Und ich war mal mit John McClane.
Who's the fashionably late one?
That's Carol, Thomas's sister. She owns a bar.
So, as I have said, avoid going outside
Werden wir mehr, ey.
when it is raining. Young women should be especially careful. Report anything or anyone suspicious immediately. the murderer will be caught and brought to justice. But you must all remain on guard until we do so. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Ich stell mir gerade vor, wie das so eine Szene bei Nackte Kanone ist, wo der dann mit dem Mikro aufs Klo geht. Wenn man dann alles hört.
Ach, er wieder.
Ja. Mr. Francis Morgan.
When paying for our sins, we must not frown. The loss of honor was for that debt.
Also der braucht kein Mikro.
Ja. Schön Kaffee kann man den einsammeln.
Keine Ahnung.
When purple fog covers our town, we'll all wander in hell, I fret. So says Mr. Stewart.
Sure knows how to steal thunder.
Well then, Zach, let's ask some questions before all these guys leave.
Meine Güte.
Jetzt hau ich dir in die Maske vom Kopf.
Quite a performance. Mysterious and very poetic. But I don't think many of your audience appreciated it.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, the purple fog appears with rain, soiling and ruining our town. The evil does not drain. Find out why the town is soiled. Remove the source from which it boiled. Then and only then your case is solved. But for this to happen, to solve the crime, proper must do the crime.
Er wird immer kleiner.
Rechte muss, rechtes Tor, rechte Zeitpunkt.
Mr. Stewart's time. But if you, Mr. York, find the right time to chat with me, that is... See, so says Mr. Stewart.
So, Harry, you know something. But there's some reason why you can't tell me yet. Is that what you're trying to say?
Cut the poetic rubbish, Harry, and tell us what you know. We can force you to talk, you know.
Mr. Francis York Moore, pay close attention to the
Der jagt nur die
signs,
Fliegen weg.
the omens, and the premonitions. Small they may be, they still are finds, and helpful to your investigations. So says Mr. Stewart.
Thanks for the warning, Harry. But don't worry. Me and Zach, we know what we're doing.
Wenn ich da nochmal reingehe, ist der gleiche Gespräch nochmal?
Ne, ich glaube nicht.
Geht doch eigentlich.
Das tatsächlich mitnehmen. Nicht schlecht.
Nicht unehrlich auch.
Jetzt musst du mir noch mit allen möglichen Personen sprechen, ne? Kann ich dir schon mal sagen. So.
Muss ich das oder kann ich das?
Wäre von Vorteil.
Weil du Bob.
Ja, steht immer drüber.
Ah, okay.
Haben immer ein Namensschild.
Mit denen da?
Ja, die da in der Wand.
Also mit Emily schon mal. Dann laber du mal.
Agent York, are you
Yep.
finished asking questions
Nehmen Sie
yet?
doch.
When you're done, let me know. We'll all get
Oh
dinner.
yeah.
Endlich mal was fressen hier,
Ja,
aber du
Mann.
bezahlst, ey.
Ja, Mann. Die reden die ganze Zeit nur vom Essen, ey. Das ist so typisch japanisch. Ich auch voll Hunger.
Oh, das sieht aber nicht euer aus. Ich spring jetzt von hinten an und schmeiß ihn durch das Fenster. Ging nicht, hab die Lampe angemacht.
Ach Mensch.
Good evening, Agent.
Uah,
Was ist er denn, ey? Zombie?
der sieht ja aus wie du.
Good evening, Mr.
Brian, the gravekeeper.
Passt ja.
Brian.
Mr.
Klischee.
Brian. I like the retro look. Auditioning for Little Grave on the Prairie?
Anna. She was so beautiful. Too soon. Too soon to go to the grave. So sad. So sad.
I totally agree. That's why I'm here, looking for the one who did it. Were you close to her?
Anna. Her smile. So warm.
Okay.
Anna.
Voll der Bekloppte, du.
So bright.
Okay. Ja, nee, ist klar.
There's a graveyard somewhere in town, Zach. I'm not excited about the idea, but
Na, jetzt
we
kann man
should at
auch auf
least
den
check it
Foto.
out.
Ja. Was war dann Knochen? Schon, ne?
Ja. Du bist mir aber nicht suspekt.
Howdy, Partner!
Ja.
It's Brokeback Mountain.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
So Anna was killed. But why does that bring the FBI here?
I have an interest in murder cases involving young women.
Well, you know, man, this might just be another case to you. But it means the death of a friend to me. I don't want you taking this lightly like it's just another case.
I never take anything of this nature lightly, I assure you. I'm here to apprehend the perpetrator who did this.
Yeah, because local enforcement can't shine their own boots, right?
Good point. Can't always count on the
Ich glaub,
police.
der mag dich
can
nicht.
you? But that doesn't mean you're going to
Den auch
capture the
nicht.
perpetrator yourself. Quaint.
How do you know my name?
Ja.
Stand drüber.
I memorized the name
Ja,
of every
stand
citizen
suspekt.
before arriving in town.
Ach, stimmt.
I also know about you and your significant other.
You mean Becky?
Nee, er. Der Typ neben dir.
Mhm.
Don't underestimate the FBI. We know and see everything.
Mhm. Und auch die Bienen um dich herum.
Sorry if I was a little harsh. I want to help, I do. Okay?
Na, jetzt brauchst du auch nicht mehr so kommen. Ne?
Mhm.
Okay, Zach, I'll tell you how I knew his name. He's got a small Q on his hat. That was the only name beginning with Q that I could think of. He was even kind enough to tell us his girlfriend's name. I can read him like a book, Zach.
Q-Tipp.
So, ist der andere Bauer.
Meine Güte.
You're York, right? I'm Richard Dutch, the owner of the Darts Bar, Swery 65.
How'd you like the town?
Oh, it's great. Aside from the murder that happened here.
Yep. Murder just doesn't fit with a small town like ours.
Well, Richard, I'll have to correct you on that. Crimes don't care about size. Big town, small town, just isn't a factor.
I guess you're right.
So, how did you know Anna?
I've known her since she was a child. She was the same age as my son. She always stood out, being pretty and all, just like her mother, Sally.
What do you know about Sally?
Well, I went all through school with her right here in town. I never thought our children would be the same age.
I don't see her here today.
Ah, well, see, she lost her husband, and this time it's her daughter. She's at home right now, trying to make peace with it all.
You seem to know a lot. How long have you been in love with her?
Hey, don't go there. That scar of yours tells me you got your hands full too, right? Let's not dive into personal matters. It'll be better for you and me.
You're right, Richard.
Ich strahle mit einer Lampe im Gesicht.
Collecting gossip won't help with the
Stimmt.
matter at hand.
So,
Das ist eine Verhörung.
waren das alle?
Nee.
Oh mein Gott.
Das sind noch ein paar Freaks, keine Sorge. Geile Hose, ja.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York.
Wesley, owner of the gun store called Panda Bear. People around here call me the gunsmith. Was there something you want to ask me?
How do you make a living running a gun store in a place like this? I'd be worried because there can't be that many customers.
Worry gives a small thing a big shadow. I do gunsmith work in my shop, too. If you got the skills, the customers find you. All you need is a network.
I hope so.
Lambert. Das habe ich alles, okay.
Du brauchst einen neuen Controller.
Das kann man alles kaufen bei dem?
Das hast du. Stand doch ja gerade.
Ja, aber weil da auch ein Preis drunter steht.
Ach so, warum kannst du Lutscher bei dem kaufen? Das tut mich gerade
Komm, wie teuer.
ein bisschen irritieren. Ja, okay, da kannst du es doch kaufen, tatsächlich. Sorry, Kommando zurück.
You've got quite a selection here. No wonder
Ja,
people
Lutscher und
all
Waffen.
around.
Geil.
Ein
The other day, a
Maschinengewehr.
customer paid me to go to Seattle for some help. I just got back.
I see. Well, I'll be sure to visit your store sometime. I'd like for you to take a look at my gun.
Oh.
The shop will be open again tomorrow. It's usually open from 2000 to
Oh,
0600.
Gerstenstunde.
See you then.
Du warst gar nicht da, ich war nämlich schon da drin.
Ja.
Oh, es sind auch noch viele.
Ja.
Muss ich echt unbedingt mit allen reden?
Wäre zu empfehlen, ne?
Ich weiß jetzt schon, was los ist. Ich schraube das alles. Mal Selbstmord.
Alles klar.
I'm U.S. Special Agent Francis York Morgan. And you are?
Olivia, Nick's wife.
Anna worked at your husband's diner, right? What kind of girl was she?
Well, she was a very hard worker. A nice girl.
Did you ever see her acting strange?
Well, not really. But there was one thing. Well, you see, the diner closes when it rains. Many shops do that around here, as you might have heard. Anyway, Anna always seemed unfocused the day after it rained. And came in late, too. It was almost as if she used up all her energy the day before. Come to think of it, that was really strange. Did that legendary monster really kill her?
It wasn't a monster. Just a criminal. Criminal I'm going to catch and bring to justice.
Mhm. Ja, du Peter auch noch, ey.
I'm U.S. Special Agent Francis York Morgan. I presume you are the owner of the diner that Anna worked at?
That's right.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about Anna Graham. Did you notice anything strange about her prior to the incident? Nick, are you hiding something?
No, nothing.
You sure?
I'm sorry, but I don't like repeating myself.
Sehr passend. Nico.
Yes, I'm Lily.
I'm FBI Special Agent...
Agent York, right?
You are good.
The handsome special agent from the big city. The facial scar trademark. The way you introduce yourself.
Die fliegen.
Everyone's talking about you.
Well, I can't say much about the scar. But the way I introduce myself, Zach and I consider it a kind of ritual of sorts.
Everyone has their own rituals. It's like always leaving the house left foot first. It's one of those things.
You certainly are a funny one.
So, have you noticed anything strange or out of place recently?
Well, Becky's been taking a couple of days off from work, but aside from that, I heard she was in shock after the murder. But,
You think there's something else?
well, I took the boys along to see her today. She's always so kind to them, and they love seeing her too. But she took in the boys and told me to wait outside. Something about a special secret between just the three of them. I just couldn't understand it.
Now that's interesting. Thank you, Lily.
Perhaps we should give Becky a visit tomorrow, Zach.
Hey there, FBI. I'm Keith Ingram.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York. That's what everyone always calls me.
Okay, York. No problem, man.
So, Keith, I hear you run the Milk Barn convenience store.
That's right, man. Rock and roll!
Do you sell raincoats there by any chance?
Yeah, but nobody ever buys them, though. Anyone who wears one of them, I say, just ain't a rocker. But you know, that scar of yours, now that scar rocks.
This scar rocks? Now that's a new one. I'll drop by your store soon, and let's talk then.
Yeah, cool, man. Rock on, FBI!
Okay.
Weg das meins.
Mr. Morgan, you're quite an impressive public speaker.
Really? Thank you, Polly.
You reminded me a little of a play I saw when I was younger.
What kind of play?
I'm talking about back when this place was still called the Mercury Theater. When I was young, I used to come here often with my husband. God rest his soul. We'd come on the weekend to see the latest play. He'd always pretend to be uninterested, but I could tell he was excited inside. He was just one of those kind of guys, really, thinking about it now.
Really, Polly? So what's your favorite play?
Oh, well, I like so many. There was one in particular, but I can't recall the name anymore. Oh, it was a very famous one, too.
Something by Shakespeare?
Oh,
Der Herr der Fliegen. Mann, ey.
No, nothing. One more bell that doesn't ring anymore. I've always been forgetful about the plays we used to see anyway. Oh, and my husband would get angry at me for forgetting what we saw. He'd go on for hours retelling what the play was about. His eyes were so sparkling, like a happy young boy.
Töte mich.
I see. So, what's your favorite play?
Oh, I almost forgot, Mr. Morgan. We're going to have another guest soon. I have to get back and get things ready. Sorry for having to hurry away. I'll see you back at the hotel.
Da rollt sie weg.
Ja.
Zach, I think she could embarrass the toughest of the FBI's interrogators. She successfully avoided answering my question, Zach.
Die ist der Mörder.
Hä?
Die ist der Mörder.
Ja, anscheinend. Ganz bestimmt.
Ja.
Oh Gott, die
ist der
Alte.
Mörder.
Die Alte, ey.
Ich will die Kackmucke.
Oh my pot is getting cold. Hey, mister, my pot is getting cold.
You are... who?
What are you saying? I'm Sigourney. Sigourney.
Sigourney. Okay. Now, what is the matter? Can you explain?
No time for chatting. I need to hurry. My pot is getting colder. Oh, you're useless.
Zach, we've met all sorts today, but really, she takes the cake. Amazing.
Ugh.
Könnt ihr schießen?
Ja, die kannst du auch bei der Nebenmission. Kannst du was machen, ja.
So, Jim.
Jim Beam.
Jim, thanks for your help in the forest.
Wald?
How are Isaac and Isaiah?
They're fine.
They really seem to love their grandpa.
Well, I guess they do, son. I want to keep them away from the filth of the material world as much as I can. Their mother agrees, which is why she lets me take care of them so often. And that's why I want you to solve this case quickly and go home. Those rumors about that scar of yours do more damage than good around here.
I guess I reek of the material.
In der Tat.
I have to in order to do my job.
Nicht nur nach der
But
Außenwelt.
I understand what you mean.
I'd think the same if I was born in a place like this, Zach.
Yeah. Jetzt wird
Hey, good
die
looking.
Sache interessant.
Nice speech.
Bürgermeisterin, oder wer ist das?
And you are?
Oh, I'm Gina. I'm married to Jack. He runs the gas station.
Jetzt verstehst du, warum ich reden will, oder?
The road.
You look pretty revealing.
Oh, this old thing. Oh, you should see some of my other clothes.
You? Oh, now you are cool. That scar really is a turn-on. You should come to my station. I'll give you a little extra service.
That would be great. I can't believe how expensive gasoline is. Some extra service would be great. Now, about my current case. Do you have any information on Anna? Have you seen anything suspicious?
Oh, I don't know. Talk to my hubby about the difficult stuff, okay?
This is getting us nowhere, Zach.
I ain't got nothing to tell the cops.
Der rasende Stier. Oh Mann.
What about the FBI?
Shut up.
At least give me your name.
I'm Jack. They call me Raging Bull.
That's a manly nickname.
Oh.
If you want info, it'll cost you. I only talk to Ben Franklin.
You know, first impressions are important. I can detain you for a few days, and maybe you'll become more fun to meet.
Zach, this is a waste of time. Let's go.
So, beim Aussprechen, damit ich die Gespräche bloß nicht nochmal neu machen.
Hast du keinen Spaß gehabt dabei?
Nee, nicht so wirklich.
Ach Mensch.
Ich bin den zwei Omas, ey.
Jo. Erinnere mich an meine Arbeit.
Warum muss ich eigentlich alleine die ganzen Leute befragen?
Weil es ein Videospiel ist.
Ja.
Kennst du es doch, alle sind unfähig, nur du nicht.
Ja, no. Piss dich. Mit der kann ich schon nicht mehr reden.
Agent York, your words really made me think about Anna's death again.
Ach echt?
Komisch, haben wir nie darüber
How
geredet.
could one do such a terrible thing?
Wie kommt ihr nur da drauf?
I'm still in shock.
Thomas, I forgot to ask. You don't have a tattoo on your back, do you?
Tattoo? I do, actually. But why?
Could you show it to me, please?
What? Now? Here?
Yes, please. This is vital for our investigation.
Okay. If it's gonna help you
Wenn
any.
es dir weiterhilft. Zip.
Well, I'm wondering who G is now, but aside from that...
Gangster.
Did it tell you anything?
It told me that you didn't kill Anna.
Of course not. What are you saying?
You ought to see that tattoo, Zach. A big heart with an arrow through it and Love G in the center.
You got that done, but we've all been through the 80s.
Vielleicht steht's ja für George.
Ja.
Agent Morgan,
Here's your chance to get to know some of the townsfolk. Don't let it go to waste.
Und jetzt? Ich habe doch mit anderen gelabert.
Ich weiß nicht, ob noch ein paar da sind. Ah, jetzt kannst du wieder mit Emily labern, oder?
Nee.
Nee, kannst nicht. Okay. Na, guck nochmal rum. Da noch irgendwas war.
Bats habe ich.
Ja. Army.
Das war Solid Snake, oder?
Yeah.
So you're the FBI agent, are
Fehlt
you?
nur das Bandana.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
I'm the general. I fought for my country in the Vietnam War.
A real-life war hero. So why are you living here?
Soldier, this is my hometown. After a man returns from war, there's no place to go other than his hometown. Your little speech, you mentioned the raincoat killer.
Was that a problem?
You imbecile. The raincoat killer's no myth, not mere folklore, not a fairy tale. It's based on actual events that happened in this town.
It is. I'm interested. Can you tell me more about this?
You kids today don't even know how to ask for something right.
Gib mir.
Soldier, if you want to hear more, you come to my office.
He literally exudes raw power, Zach. Despite the credibility issues, we should give him a visit.
One thing, though. Calls himself a general, but isn't that a sergeant's uniform?
Postbote war das.
Sergeant General. Tomato.
Agent York, you making
Unser
progress?
Doktor.
Cocktor.
Of course, plenty. Tell me, Usha, when is Anna's funeral?
Ascher.
That's still undecided. Sally isn't really in any condition to do it right now.
Her mother? I don't see her here.
Anna was her sole reason for living after her husband was deceased. Well, she's probably huddled up at home.
And I should probably take some time to pay her a visit.
Well, yes, you should. And I'd appreciate it if you could, too. But don't go too hard on her, okay?
Nur die wird richtig zusammengeschlagen. Eine Rohrzange. So, du Hässliche.
Are you getting closer to catching the murderer?
Hello again, Fiona. Good to see you here.
Well, Dr. Johnson told me to be here. He said it would be important.
Well, that was good advice. He may be young, but he seems like a wise man.
Oh, and he's a very hard-working person, too. Everyone thinks he's some kind of weirdo, but I don't think so at all. People don't understand why he's in the autopsy room all day. But I do.
Ja, du sollst da drin sein.
He's doing research to make the world a better place in the future. You know, he already made a fortune in LA with his career.
Nice.
I did not know that.
You didn't? Oh, the doctor is a very rich man. He has a really big house over by the lake.
Amazing, Zach. He must be loaded. Rich and young. A perfect combination.
But you don't get that feeling from him at all, do you? He doesn't show it. That's one of the things I like best about him.
Das
Well,
Geld
I
vor
could
allem.
have been fooled if it weren't for you. Thanks for the valuable information, Fiona.
Waren das alle?
Bitte mal gucken, ne? Ich glaube, hier unten hast du alle jetzt, ja?
Man kann auch keine von den Türen benutzen.
Nope. Nicht, dass ich wüsste. Ne, da muss noch irgendwas sein. Ich glaube, am Ende musst du auch mit Emily sprechen oder so. Also, soweit ich mich jetzt noch erinnern kann. Ich glaube, hier sind noch im Gang irgendwo welche. Okay, den Zombie hast du ja schon.
Ja. So, abgeduftet.
Ach, guck mal, eine Auszeichnung. Da kannst du aus dem Fenster springen.
Mitnehmen.
Zigarette! Heavy. Ach,
die Schwester.
Gott.
Anna was an airhead.
What do you mean? Are you saying she was killed because she was an airhead? Or are you saying that she was an airhead for being killed?
I'm sure she's still an airhead, even in heaven. She changed her hair every day. If she lost a pound, she'd be ecstatic. Gain one, and she'd almost be in tears. She broke many, many plates every day at the diner, and she'd always have a smile on her face, always having fun. Everyone looked at her and knew she was a cute, adorable, loving airhead. But they would be smiling right along with her. I wouldn't be surprised if the angels smiled with her too.
Das kam jetzt plötzlich.
Hässliche.